Hi everyone, welcome back to Fire Biscuit Gaming. Today we're going to talk about Paladin's Oath, Market and Interactions tutorial. So if you don't know about Paladin's Oath, it's a game I've been working on for a year and a half now, and it's coming out on Steam around March 2022. So if you like what you see, please wishlist. The Steam link would be in the video description. Alright, let's get started. So first let's select the tutorials. You can see the list of all the available tutorials. There are a few. So we've already covered movement and exploration and followers and blessings in a previous video. So I highly recommend that you check out those videos because I covered the various concepts here that you will need to understand before moving on to this one. So let's select the market and interaction tutorial. All right, now the tutorial is loaded and you can see many things on the screen that were not there before. So if you remember, you have your mana here, you have your information about the character and the effects here. And then you have now the market. So remember, abilities, followers, and blessings, always check them out. These are all the options available to you to do everything you're trying to do. Now what we have, the new thing we have here is the market. So when you level up, if you hover here in your level bar, XP bar, you can see that you will acquire a new action card into your deck, and you'll be drawing 2 and keeping 1 blessing. But what we want to focus on now is this action card. What does that mean? Well, these are action cards, okay? And they have a little icon here to tell you these are starter cards. So you start with those cards when you begin the game or the crusade. But the new cards you will acquire are not starter cards. They are what we call advanced abilities or advanced action cards. So you want to know what action cards will be available to you, whether it's worth leveling up or not. And this game has a lot of mitigation of luck here where we are showing you what cards are available. So if you click on the market here, it shows the market a bunch of information. First, it shows you the 3 ability cards you'll be able to pick from when you level up. So when you level up, you can acquire 1 of those 3 cards for free, but you have to level up first. So if I can generate 3 XP, I get from level 1 to level 2, and I can pick 1 of those 3 cards. And you can see compared to the starter cards, which are quite simple in nature, like move 2, move 4, all of these. The market, suddenly, there are many options available here. I can move 2 with additional, debuff on the terrain cost. Here I can move, I have 4 different options based on the kind of mana that I pay for. And this gives me a lot of leadership and stuff. So you're starting to realize that the cards can become very complex in the sense of many options would be available to you as you use these cards. So there are many ways to synergize those cards and solve the puzzles that the game is throwing at you. Now the market also has spells. So the way you acquire those spells is by liberating mage towers or spires around the map. So the mages live there, and then or they have been attacked by enemies or whatever, and then you're trying to liberate the spire. As a reward, you get 1 of those 3 spells. So it tells you, do I want to waste time liberating a spire this round so that I can acquire 1 of those 3 spells? If you don't acquire them, 1 of them will be removed, typically the last one. Okay, will be removed from the offer here, the market, and then a new one will show up. You can also go to the spire after liberating it, and you'll be able to buy more spells. Now the spells are different type of cards, as you can see the design is different. The interesting thing here is, firstly, there is a cost to play the top action. So actually, to play the spell, there is a cost. So it costs blue mana to play anything on that spell, except for the default actions, which are a different color here. So they are free to play, right? So movement 1, action 1, attack 1, block 1, and leadership 1. They remain free to play, but you can, if you want to use any of the spell abilities, the top action costs blue mana, and the bottom action costs blue and black. If you remember from previous tutorials, the black mana can only be used at night or in night conditions. So some locations that you can go into to fight, they would be like night conditions, like typically a dungeon or a tomb. You go in there, it's like you are fighting at night. So this super powerful action here says targeted enemy does not attack and loses 4 armor. It sounds very powerful. Or your followers gain all resistances and you ignore first wound taken this turn and stuff like this. So these are very powerful actions you can only take during night condition, and it costs a blue and the black mana, so quite expensive. And then finally, you have followers. So followers, I explained to you in the previous tutorial what they do, and these are just always on cards. But this is how you get more. So how you get more is you look at the market and you can see these are the followers available for you to recruit this round. They will change every round. Okay. So this round, the entire day or the entire night, you'll be able to recruit any of those 3 followers. If you recruit one, it won't be replaced by a new one. It will just be one less to recruit from. What can you see here? You can see the entire follower information here, and they're all silver, so basic followers. There might be gold ones showing up when you are more advanced into the exploration, so when you start revealing those core map tiles. And they also show you 2 more things. One is the cost to recruit. So this one costs 6. The base cost to buy this guy is 6. So if I want the Falconeer, I have to generate 6 leadership. And I have to be able to generate 6 leadership. And then the next one is village and crack, which are where you can find this guy. So if you go to the village, you'll be able to buy the Falconeer. If you find a temple, you'll be able to buy a cardinal. And if you find a village, you can also buy the tracker. So the tracker is quite cheap and allows you to move. This guy does like a lot of fire attacks. And this one is kind of versatile in terms of attacks. Okay. So this is how you acquire more followers. You look at where they are. So they are roaming here in this one of these 2 locations. So they are available at these 2 locations. So I can go to any of these 2 and buy this guy, as long as I can produce the cost, right? The enough leadership to pay the cost. Now, there's another option, another thing here to pay attention to. This is your reputation impact on the market. So if you remember, if I go back here, if I hover here, you can see the ladder of the reputation. I'm in the middle right now. I'm in neutral. So if you can gain reputation by fighting monsters on the map, and you can lose reputation by doing bad things, or for example, assaulting or conquering a location is also viewed badly, so you will lose reputation when doing that. Whereas killing monsters that are roaming on the map will increase your reputation. Your reputation's impact is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the discount you get when you are buying stuff. So if you look at the market and I want to buy this guy, the Falconeer, my reputation is neutral now, so I don't get any discount. But if I had a discount of 5, then it will only cost me 1 to buy this. So if I have a high reputation, it will be cheaper to recruit because people want to follow you around. But if your reputation is bad, they don't want to do anything with you. And there is the bad reputation excommunicado down here. Basically, you won't even be able to recruit or interact. Okay. Now, what do I want to do in this tutorial? I want to use all of my abilities and followers and blessings to move to the village and recruit a follower. And then you can see I'm wounded here. First time you're seeing a wound, but I'm wounded here. It's clogging my hand. I don't like this. So out of the 6 cards I have, there's always 1 card that's going to be there, and I can't use it for anything in most cases. Okay, some blessings or some skills, some abilities would allow me to use a wound for something, but in this case I don't have any of that, so it's just clogging my hand. So I want to get rid of it. To get rid of it, you need to go into a location that offers healing interaction. So if I hover the various locations on the map, there's a source. It says here, if I end my turn on the source, it will throw away 1 wound. That could be one way I can get rid of a wound. If I start my turn there, it would give me 1 gold mana or 1 black mana depending on day or night. So that's quite good to, if you want to power up and gain a good next turn, you can end your turn there. You will be healing or throwing a wound, and then you'll be acquiring a mana for that turn. And then the mine, if I end my turn here, it says that it'll be producing 1 mana. And in this case, I will get a red crystal by ending my turn here. But I don't really care about this now. My goal is to recruit new followers and heal that wound. So I look at the village and it says, in the village, I can recruit followers and I can heal myself or my followers for 3 leadership per healing point. And I can also pillage it to draw 2 additional cards on my next turn. So there's only 1 turn in this tutorial, so I don't need to pillage it. But if you want more details, you can just click on it. And it shows you the interaction window for that particular location. So there's a repeat of the tooltip here. And then these are the 3 types of interactions I can do here. They are deactivated now because this thing is like jiggling on top. That tells me you need to move to the location to be able to interact with it. Okay, so let's first find our way there. So in this tutorial, I need to move and interact. So I need to be able to generate movement points, and I need to be able to generate leadership points. So I need to be conservative about how I use my cards. So let's see what's available to me. I have multiple cards that give me movement. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These two are more versatile. They also give me leadership points, right? So I might want to keep them for the leadership stuff just later. I have a full-on, straight-on leadership card here. As you can see, I need a lot of red mana here. Red, red, red. I only have one red crystal and then one of the 4 colors here available to me. And this one gives me movement 4. Now, other followers I have movement follower that gives me movement leadership for travelers. And I have this guy that seems to give me just a white crystal. So I don't know. Oh, leadership 4 on top. So that could be good. It allows me to, buy something. And then finally, blessings. I don't have any, so I don't care about this right now. Okay, so first let's make our way to the village. How much movement do I need to get there? I need 2, 4, 6, 9 movement. That's a lot. Okay, so let's figure out how to generate these 9 movements while keeping some leadership. So if I want to buy followers in the village, I need some leadership. So the cheapest one is 5. Okay, so I need to generate 5 leadership later, and I want to be able to heal that wound. And if you remember from this, it costs 3 leadership to heal. So I need to be able to generate 8 leadership. Okay, so this would give me 5 if I can use keep my red, and this would give me another 3 here. So that would be 8 leadership here, but I also have this guy that gives me leadership 4. So I could do 8 by having this one plus this one. So that would be 9 leadership. That's enough to heal. I could even buy the more powerful falconeers if I wanted to. So that would be 6. Okay. So let's just do this. So I save this for my leadership. Okay. So I don't touch this and I don't touch this. Now I need 9 movement to make my way there. And I need to keep a red crystal. Okay. So let's see how we can do this. So because I need to keep a red crystal, I can probably use another red to be able to get more movement. Let's see. First I use this guy. It's a cheap one. I've established that I don't need its leadership, so I just move here. And now it's exhausted. So it will show up again fully rested on the next day or next night. Now I've done this. I need to move 2, 4, 7 more. So that's quite a lot. So let's just use, I think I want to use this guy because I have a red crystal. So I will choose my 5 movement here. And I will discard a card I don't really need. So maybe I don't need this one. I don't need to fight this turn. So I just use this. I pay my red crystal. So I keep the other one for more versatile options. And now I have 5 movements. So that would put me here. And that would put me here. So I need to generate 2 more movement to move into the village. Okay, so I can use any of those cards here. So let's use this guy. Activate. Remember, I need to keep a red to activate this. So I go here. I can move into the village. Boom. Now I'm inside. I click on here and I have the options now to interact with the village. So I want to recruit. So I click on recruit. I need this one for 6 or this one for 5. And I can heal as well. So I can heal myself or heal my followers, but they are not wounded right now. So healing myself requires 3 leadership. So we've established that I can activate that follower with leadership 4. Boom. So now I have 4 points of leadership, so I can heal 1. Boom. Now I have no more wounds in hand. And finally, I need to recruit. So I go back here. I can recruit. So we need 6 or 5. So I have 1, so I need 5 more. So I could use, if I wanted this one, I could use this card. Or since I want this one, then I can use this action. And then it requires 5. It gives me 5 leadership, but I will lose 1 reputation at the end of the turn. It's called a reward, but in this case, it's a bad reward, right? But it's done at the end of the turn, so it will not affect the existing interaction. So I can do this. I will select my red mana. Okay, and now I have 5 enough to buy either of the 2. It doesn't matter which one I buy because it's just a tutorial. One thing I want to say is, if you look here, it says end of turn. That's because when you start an interaction and you start spending and buying stuff, counts as your interaction for the turn. There are two types of interactions: interacting with a location or a fight, a battle. So you can only do one interaction per turn. So if you move around the map and interact with a location, then you will count for your interaction that turn, and you will have to end your turn at the end of this interaction. The exception to this is the pillage. This is not an interaction. So I could move to a village, pillage it, get my 2 additional cards on the next turn, and then move to another village and pillage it and continue doing this. And then, but that would kill my reputation a little bit, but you can do it. It's not an interaction. Okay, so now I want to recruit. So let's buy this guy. And I've completed my crusade. So it went a bit fast here, but the idea was just to buy these things. And you can see here, I have 3 followers now, and I didn't use any of these other things. All right, so this is how interacting with location and recruiting works, and how to use the market to strategize what to do for your turn. I hope you found this tutorial useful, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam. It's available. It would be available for release in March, but the link for Steam will be in the YouTube video description. Thank you, and I see you in the next video.